That's the last thing Daniel remembered, the way Emma walked away, her long brown coat swaying behind her as she disappeared into the crowd. He stood frozen on the platform, the cold wind biting at his skin, but his heart burned from something far worse than winter. He had come to tell her something he should have said long ago, "I love you." But the words never came out. And now, she was gone. Daniel and Emma had been best friends for 5 years. They met in college, both studying literature, both obsessed with classic novels and rainy afternoons in bookstores. They would spend hours talking about Jane Austen and Shakespeare, always sitting at their favorite cafe, drinking hot chocolate, and laughing about nothing. Everyone around them assumed they were in love. Maybe they were, but neither of them dared to say it aloud. Daniel had always been the cautious one, shy, thoughtful, afraid of ruining a good thing. Emma, on the other hand, was a dreamer. She lived for spontaneous road trips, handwritten letters, and the idea that love could conquer all. She believed in grand gestures, in saying how you feel even if it hurts. Daniel loved that about her. But he never told her that either. Then came the news. Emma had been accepted to a creative writing program in Paris. It was everything she had ever wanted, a chance to live her dreams. She told Daniel the moment she found out, her eyes glowing with excitement. He smiled for her, celebrated with her, but inside, he felt something breaking. He had always thought there would be more time, more chances to say what he really felt. But time doesn't wait for anyone, not even for love. The week before she left, they spent every day together, pretending everything was normal. But it wasn't. Every moment was heavy with the things they didn't say. On the last day, Daniel walked her to the train station. She was quiet, holding onto her ticket with trembling hands. He wanted to stop her. He wanted to ask her to stay. But fear wrapped around his throat like a noose. He told her to take care of herself. She smiled, nodded, and turned away. She never looked back. For a long time after she left, Daniel lived in silence. He threw himself into work, avoided bookstores and hot chocolate, and tried not to think about the sound of her laugh. But memories have a way of sneaking in. Every rainy day reminded him of her. Every handwritten card, every time he saw a novel she loved. One night, almost 2 years later, he was cleaning out an old drawer when he found it, a letter. It was sealed, with his name on the front in Emma's handwriting. His heart pounded as he opened it. "Dear Daniel, I don't know if you'll ever read this. I didn't have the courage to give it to you in person. But I had to tell you the truth. I've loved you since the day you helped me carry my books in the rain. I've waited and waited for you to say something, anything. But I guess, you were afraid. Maybe I was too. I'm going to Paris because it's my dream, but it doesn't mean I wanted to leave you behind. I always hoped you'd run after me. But I understand why you didn't. Still, if there's ever a day you feel brave enough, write to me. I'll be waiting. Love, Emma." Daniel sat for hours, holding that letter, replaying every memory, every missed opportunity. And for the first time in a long time, he cried. The next morning, he bought a plane ticket. Paris in spring was everything Emma had ever described. Daniel wandered through cobblestone streets and quiet cafes, looking for clues. He visited bookstores, asked around at writing centers, followed every lead. It felt impossible, like chasing a shadow. But then, on a cloudy afternoon near the Seine River, he saw her. She was sitting on a bench, writing in a leather-bound notebook, her hair a little longer now, her eyes still as bright. For a moment, he just stood there, watching her, afraid it was a dream. Then she looked up, and everything froze. They stared at each other for a long time. No words, just the weight of years and unspoken feelings hanging in the air. Finally, Daniel took a step forward. "I got your letter," he said. Emma blinked, tears forming in her eyes. "I'm sorry I didn't run after you sooner," he said softly. "But I'm here now, and I love you." She smiled, and it was like the sun breaking through clouds. It's about time. They didn't need to say anything else. Sometimes, love doesn't need grand speeches, just the courage to show up. Message. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes, it hides in silence, in shared glances and missed chances. But it's never too late to speak from the heart. Be brave. Say what you feel. Don't wait for perfect moments, create them. Because the only thing more painful than rejection is regret.